guys, welcome back to T.B.D Reviews. Today's review, obviously by the title of this video, isn't a review, it's more of a how I saw the whole Expo weekend and what I thought of it and the highs and the lows of it, what could have been made better, what's made it worse, stuff like that. So it's just a little, it should be a small video, it shouldn't be long. I have got two videos that I'm going to put in this video. One is a quick walk around, which I'll put in probably around about now.
You can't tell me this is
It was busy. It was recorded on the Sunday. Obviously, this is going to be about the Saturday and the Sunday, which is both days I attended. But the video was recorded on the Sunday, and it was fairly busy, so I didn't get much time to look at mods and at the actual stands and stuff, and do like the slow-mo cameras and stuff like that, like other reviewers are doing. But it's basically just a quick look at so people could see how big it was for those that didn't attend. I'll go on record and say I am not the best person to walk around with a camera. Obviously, it's not really the best thing. People have got gimbals and stuff like that. They record them, which makes their video a lot better, especially on the footage side. But yeah, getting straight into it. Arrived on the Saturday. I got there about 10, between 15:15 and 10:30 on the Saturday morning. Walked basically straight in, got my day ticket, this and everything else, and literally from as soon as you come through the main entrance to the actual halls itself, like where the expo was, it was literally a case of, obviously it wasn't this company, but it's literally here, in your face, companies with flyers in your face. And it wasn't the hardware side of it, and it wasn't the general retailers like, I think it was Premier E-Cig that was just inside the main door. It wasn't them, it was CBD vendors. Now I had about 6-7 different vendors. There was quite a few CBD vendors there, but I had about 6 or 7 vendors as soon as I walked in. Come and try our juice. We've got the world's best CBD juice, this, that, everything else. They're all going to sell it. Obviously, it's a selling promotion side of it. One company, which I don't know the name of, I wasn't that interested in, all fairness. All I know is they had a green background, green logo, backdrop type thing. Came over, as you're walking down the red carpet, literally came over, stood right in front of me, and was, come and try our juice. No, I'm alright, thanks. I thought it was a fair reply. Why don't you come and try our juice? Because I just want to get down there, go to the bottom, walk back up. There you go. Well, come and try our juice. I don't want to try your juice. Why not? I don't really vape CBD, so there's no need for me to try your juice. But it's the best on the market. Again, not interested in your juice. No, I weren't being rude or anything like that. I was just making him know I wasn't interested in CBD. And then I proceeded to walk off. as you do. And he's following. Oh, come try the juice, come try the juice. It got to the point where I did lose it a little bit with him and turned around and basically told him to fuck off. I'm not interested. He needs to learn. When people say no, they mean no. Stop harassing them, type of thing. My opinion on that: if you approach someone as a vendor to come and try your juice and someone says no, move on to the next person. If they say no, then move on to the next person. Don't get hassling them, and certainly don't get following them for 200 yards ish, 100, 200 yards ish, give or take. No need to follow people. So that was a bit of a letdown. All the few other CBD vendors that were there, not all of them, but a few, had the same type of approach. Come and try our juice. We've got the best juice. This, that, everything else. And they were more laid back. As soon as I said no, they were like, okay, not a problem, type of thing. But I did go on, literally, as soon as I got down to the bottom, near the main stage, I went on Twitter just to check, because obviously there were other reviewers that were going to Expo. I was just wondering if they put on their Twitter if they've arrived or whatever. So I was going to message them to see where they were. And it literally, at that time, I felt as if I was in a Spanish market. It was literally a case of being accosted constantly. Come and try our juice, come and try our CBD, come and try this, come and try. I'm not being funny, I don't want to. I don't want to be rude, but I don't want to. Let me go up there, at least let me experience the whole walk, have a drink, come back down, and later in the day, if I want to try the juice, I'll try the juice, type of thing. There's no need to accost people as soon as they walk through the door. It's not right, especially when they're, here, have a leaflet. It's not right at all. So I think the organisers of Expo should be looking at that. Just to tell the vendors to tone it down a little bit. Especially the ones that are rude and stalk you, if you like, or follow you. I suppose that's a better wording. They follow you for 100, 200 yards. There was a few vendors that were there that I did get a chance to speak to. Obviously, I didn't record it because I did the recording on the Sunday, as I've already said. But yeah, I spoke to a guy from Premier E-Cigs, Nova Vape, or Nova Vapes, I think it was. Was it Drifter? Drifter Juice, the yellow logo. New on the market. I tried some of their juice, not bad. Obviously, trying different juices, this, that, everything else. Just general stuff to get in for the channel for reviews and stuff. Obviously, paid for, not given. And there was one juice company, now I've totally forgot the name. And I literally walk through the door, go up the red carpet a little bit, and they're on the right hand side. I've never heard of them before. Tried their juice. I tried about 5 or 6 different flavours, and they didn't like the response I gave when I was trying it. 2 of them, all you got was Colada, no flavour whatsoever. It was just the coldness, and the other juices that I tried were quite muted. So I was honest with them, like I am with my reviews. Very honest. They didn't like it. They just walked off. Now they didn't say, "Oh, well, what would you change this and else?" They just walked off as if to say, okay, well, we don't like him because he's not giving us a 10-star rating type of thing. But it's also, I think it was their first expo, so it's more of a learning curve for them. Because I know for a fact I wasn't the only person, because there was 2 other people that was next to me that said very similar when we were discussing. Obviously, we were discussing it in front of the people at the booth, and we all agreed some is more overpowering with the Colada and some are quite muted, whereas if they blended the 2 together, probably been a great juice type of thing. But no, it was a good day on the Saturday. Now, as I said, I walked to the back end, or the top end if you like, and went on Twitter, had a bit of a rant on Twitter, and then I bumped into TVP and Empire Vape Co in the chill out area. So went over and basically announced myself to them. Chris knew who I was straight away. Postman, TVP. I think he knew who I was, but over the whole weekend he was kind of chilled. If that makes sense. It wasn't a case of, well, who are you? He was quite welcoming, which was nice. Obviously, saw Postman back in May as well, so there you go. But then the other reviewers were there. Danny MBK reviews. He was there. A great person. Easy to get on with. Easy to chill with. Have a laugh. Bit of banter. This and everything else. First time of meeting a newer reviewer, and that's AVC, another vape channel, Kieran. And I'll tell you what, I've watched some of his videos. Now, if you follow me on Twitter, you know there's a few of us that have a bit of banter with each other. And Kieran, I'll tell you what, he's no different to how I assumed he would be from how he is on Twitter, which I think is a great thing. Again, another great person you can have a laugh with, have a conversation with. Very welcoming, easy going. MF Vape as well. I'm just going to go on a little reviewer hype here type of thing. But literally, MF Vape was there. Again, another great reviewer. Jules, Mama Vapes, was there. Lisa, which is MF Vape's partner, she was there. Now, I love Lisa. I really do. I saw her in May, and she gives great hugs. Didn't get one this time though, so I was a bit disappointed, but hey ho. But yeah, met a few of the reviewers. Orion's Braces, he's not a reviewer, but he's always in the chats and stuff. Orion's Braces, just want to say a big thanks for the hardware you give for the computer. I did offer Orion Braces some money, he wouldn't take it. Great individual, and yes, thanks for that, much appreciated. Andy Summerfield, finally met Andy Summerfield, obviously another person that's always in chat. Again, very talkative, very easy going, blah 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 blah. I didn't really communicate with Vic over the weekend. I said hi twice, I think it was, but it wasn't an ego thing. It was more of a case of he was busy with his subscribers and fan base, so to speak. So, as I've already said, I sort of stand in the background. So, I kind of left them, when I say them, I mean the bigger reviewers, to just do whatever they want instead of like lingering around them, so to speak. And then, obviously, there's a bit of banter, whatever, between the reviewers. Went around, walking around, and walking down on the right hand side where the cafeteria is. And literally, as I said, I'm going to be honest, but I'm not going to name drop because there's no need for the drama. Literally, a reviewer that was sat in the reviewer section with us was literally down there basically trying to blag free shit, which I was a bit annoyed with, because at the end of the day, if you're a reviewer, the way I see it is, companies will start sending you stuff. Don't get me wrong, at an expo, if you're a reviewer and you've got a channel up and going, you've got your Twitter, your Instagram, your Facebook, whatever, maybe try some juices and slip them like a business card or something. Fair enough, but don't stand there and, yes, well, I could review this. Yes, no business cards in a hand whatsoever. Just basically blagged it to get free shit, which kind of pissed me off. Same reviewer, when they were doing a giveaway on stage, was going over to the stage. But the stage bit is different, in my opinion, because that's open to everybody. So, and when they launch the stuff off the stage, yeah, and I say launch because they're meant to do it underarm. I saw 4 or 5 times from the stage, overarm throw-in. Some of the people were launching the stuff to the back of the crowds, so I haven't really got a problem with people getting free shit that way. Now, was it the Saturday or the Sunday? Oh, bit of a breeze coming through them. I think it was either the Saturday or the Sunday. Another reviewer going around with his cameras. Again, not going to name drop. I'm not here for drama. I'm just giving my opinion on it. doing interviews with people, and people were walking past when the interviews were going on, and they were saying what I was thinking. You can tell that the interview is going down the line of, I want your mod, I want your dripper, well, your tank, or your RDA, whatever. You can tell that's the way the interviews were going, which I picked up on that. I didn't want to say it. Other people walking past said it, which obviously I just smiled at, because that's exactly what I was thinking. You could see how the interviews were going along, especially the interviews with the American reviewers that have designed stuff. So that was, again, a bit disappointing. As for Expo itself, a bit disappointed with hardware. There was a fair bit of hardware, don't get me wrong. I think that was Evolution Vapors. It's the Evo stand anyway. They literally had near enough a whole shop there. They had literally like wall. Obviously, glass cabinets, this and everything else. And they had stuff from Purge. They had the what's it called? The Spade. Really, I forgot the name of it. Really, what's it called? Don't know, it's really expensive, I know that much. It's got the Yeehee chip in it. They had that on display. They had G classes, and then they had the sort of the lower range, entry level pod kits. They had near enough from lower range to high end stuff, which was great to see. You had obviously hardware through Innokin, iJoy, Smok, Aspire, eLeaf, stuff like that. eLeaf, iJoy, and there was another one. They were all on the same stand, doing their stuff. But it was mainly Juice again, which you come to expect when it comes to the October one, because May's more of the launch for the hardware. So you kind of expect it a little bit. So it wasn't disappointing, it was just a bit juice. A little bit of hardware, juice. A little bit of hardware. Unless you got to the Evolution stand booth, and it was literally like raw hardware. Fantastic. And to be fair, I don't know if they did or not, but I think they got the best. If they didn't, they should have got the best stand, because it was literally what a Vaper would want to go to. Obviously, there was a few of the vendors that I dropped by. Zap Juice, which was actually nice to drop by Zap Juice, because it's the first time I've dropped by their booth. Obviously, I've walked past in the last couple of expos I've been there. But I noticed something different with Zap Juice to a few other vendors. When they were getting busy, they turned their music down, which other vendors just had their own music really loud type of thing, even when they were busy. But Zap Juice turned their volume down a little bit, which I thought was a nice touch. Obviously, you don't want to be shouting across back and forth. Some of their juices, great juices. I will be getting some in at some point for review purpose. But overall, on the Saturday and the Sunday, it was a great weekend for me as a vapor, not as a reviewer. Although I did on the Saturday just chill out most of the day. Walked a fair bit, but chilled out most of the day on the Saturday. The Sunday, again, chilled out for a little bit, but did more walking around and actually paying more attention. Frontline was there, but they weren't under the Frontline brand. They were under Black Ops. Now I was a bit like, that's a new vendor. Walked over and I was like, oh, okay, it's Frontline, just rebranded as Black Ops, obviously for their new line of juice. Fantastic booth as well. There were some really good booths. The Zebra stand, I think they should have also been in the top 3 for best stands. They had proper dancers and all like that. I don't mean half naked women, I mean proper dancers. And it was actually entertaining to watch, and it was quite enjoyable to watch as well. And when they danced, there was quite a few people around. The biggest problem I've already mentioned, and that's the flyers in your face and stuff like that. Second biggest problem, again, I said it from last May, is having the dolly birds basically trying to entice the people to go and buy juices. Now, there's one stand and dinner lady. I'll put it, I said I'm going to be honest. And one of the dolly birds that was there was quite, what's the word? She knew how to. I need to be careful because I don't want to be a dick. She knew how to get the custom, but she didn't know anything about the product. If that makes sense. So she was easy. She was easy. I didn't mean it like that whatsoever. She knew how to bring. She knew how to be the attraction and get people to come over to the booth. I'll put it that way. But she didn't know anything about the juice. Now, Barrister Brews, which was the other end of the spectrum of the floor plan, they had a female on there. Female that, one of the most easiest to talk to, so easy to approach, everything just about Barrister Brews stand itself. All the staff were so easy to approach and just general chit chat, so easy to get on with. But the female, which I was talking to at Barrister Brews, now she did know her stuff. I was trying different juices and she weren't even looking at labels and stuff like that. She just literally said, "What do you think?" Give her what I thought the flavours were, and she was like, "You're close, but you're missing a few things," and so on and so on and so on and so on. I have got a review for Barrister Brews coming up at some point, again, paid for. And yeah, if stands, booths, stalls, whatever you want to call them, were to take a note out of Barrister Brews booth and their sales department. Now that female, and I forgot her name, she did say her name, but I've totally forgot her name. That female did know how to sell the stuff and she knew what she was on about. And yes, it's only juice, it's something else, but it helps people to buy. It convinces me to pay quite a bit of money for it, to be honest. But it convinced me to buy because she knew what she was talking about. Whereas Dinner Lady didn't really know what they were talking about. They had to look at the bottle and basically read off the description of the bottle. But I said this again from May. Some of the dolly birds are just sex sales. We all know sex sales. But I'm not being funny. I'm not there to look at semi-naked females. That doesn't leave much for your imagination. I'm there for the hardware and the juice and to socialise with other reviewers and people that are into the same thing and stuff like that. Now, obviously, spending time with a few of the reviewers and watching their fan base come and go was actually quite pleasing. But then there was a big shock on the Sunday, early afternoon-ish. I was walking down to the just past the cafeteria, got a tap on the back. Now, I'd already witnessed this from being just a viewer type of thing. Basically, long story short, when I met Empire Echo, last October I think it was, in person, and I brought a bottle of juice off him, I was quite, he's a reviewer, bit starstruck and everything else like that. Now, this time it was sort of roles reversed because I had two people, and they did say their names, male and female. I think they were a couple. I don't know. They were together anyway. And the male tapped me on my shoulder when I was walking down. And I was about to... I know it because I know where I was going. I was going past the cafeteria to go and speak to Brian, TVC, Vaper Chronicles. Just to say hi, bye type of thing in passing. Obviously, I'd already seen him earlier on in the day. But I got a tap on the shoulder, turned around and went, "Hello, can I help?" type of thing. And then, "You're T.B.D. I went, "Well, I should hope so, unless there's an imposter here type of thing." And the female, now I'd say they're mid... I don't want to really put an age on them, but I'd say somewhere between the mid-20s and 30s type of thing. But the female turned around and thanked me for one of my reviews, which helped to give up smoking and went on to pod systems. Now, off the top of my head, I don't know without going through my channel, I think I've only done one pod system, and that was the My Blue pod system. I'm not sure, but she thanked me for getting off the cigarettes and stuff, and the bloke thanked me and shook my hand. Had literally like a 2-minute conversation with them, and just general chit chat. And I do apologise, I forgot your name, but I was actually quite taken back from it, knowing from another person's perspective, watching all these big reviewers have flocks of people come over to them and queuing up for selfies and stuff like that, to actually having it to yourself. Now, this is the first time it's ever happened, and I know I'm only a small reviewer, and I know people will take to Twitter on the cloned account, because there is a clone account. I don't know why people think it's great, but yeah. But for me, I have two people to come up and actually thank me for helping them give up smoking, or especially the female giving up smoking. I set up this channel with the idea, if I can get one person, if I can help one person, then that's one person better off. And to have, I don't want to make it sound nasty or like I don't care, because I do. Having private messages sent to you saying thanks for your review or thanks for your advice on this, you've helped me give up smoking, I appreciate that, but to actually have it in person is totally different end of the spectrum. I was quite shocked by that, and I was actually quite surprised and watching what other people do. Now, Vic, Vaping with Vic, he had on the Sunday, he had quite a few reviewers, subscribers, and cut to him. And I remember the one bloke, he was on the Sunday, he'd come in from Hawaii, and there's me, Jules, Mama Vapes, and someone else. I think it was Dwayne, or Goddamn. We were sat in the chill out area, and this Hawaiian bloke was near enough in tears, because, as he said, Vic saved his life, and he's coming all the way in from Hawaii. And it's stuff like that. I was just like, that's what this is about. This isn't about going to Expo and getting free shit. This isn't about the dramas that are going on in the vape community at the moment. It's about helping people. It's about being a community. It's about having respect for everybody. Now, I know, again, I'm going to be careful how I word this, because people will take this the wrong way. I know there's people in the vape community, myself included, that don't like other people. Simple as that. But I will show respect to all other people, especially on the reviewer side of it. I will definitely show them respect, because I know roughly, I can appreciate the work they put into their reviews, because whether they do better reviews than me or not, I know how long it takes to record, edit, upload, this, that, and everything else. So I can respect them for that. Doesn't mean I have to be false with them. Doesn't mean I have to hang out with them, this, that, and everything else. It is what it is, but the respect is always there. And I think in the vape community over the last couple of weeks, if not the last 6 to 12 months, the respect level has gone down. There's reviewers that are getting, it's not just the UK, this is the vape community. And I'll say the vape community as a whole. And I know I'm going off on a tangent away from Expo a little bit, but this is the point of it all. There's reviewers from the UK and abroad, in my opinion, that are losing their ego. Well, losing their stance as a reviewer because of their ego. And then there's other reviewers that I think are running before they can walk, which I think it's up to them. I'm not going to tell them that they're doing it all wrong, because everyone does it different, and I'm only a small reviewer. And then there's other reviewers that just want to put their reviews out and just chill type of thing, which I think is the best way to do it. But it's getting to the point now where, when it comes to the reviewer scene or the vaping community, there is a handful of reviewers that don't get involved in the drama. They know what's going on, but they don't get involved in the drama. But there's a handful of reviewers that love feeding off the drama. I'll put it that way. And I don't think it's right at all. Which is going to segue me into the next bit of Expo. So that was actually good timing. Which I'm going to put in a video in a second. Just want to have a quick talk about it. On the Sunday. Now, again, Sunday was... It was a good day. It was a good day. The music was booming like normal, which I'm not a big fan of. The stage was loud like normal, which again, not a fan of. Especially when you've got the same boring voices over and over and over and over again on the mic. Saying the same thing over and over and over again. Singing the same songs over and over and over again. But yeah, on the Sunday when it sort of chilled out a bit. And literally walk around the corner and to see firsthand basically a bunch of yobbos, thugs, ballens. I don't know what you'd call them. I'm going to put the video in just about here. So now you've seen the video, you'll understand what I'm going on about. It's childish behaviour like this that anybody that has worked for their own company or worked in a company, no, word of mouth can either make you or break you. And that's a given in any type of business. Now, when you got stuff like this, now this was from where I was standing and what I've seen on social media as well. I did witness what you've just seen firsthand as well. Well, the back end of it I witnessed. I didn't witness it to start off with. It was just literally as it was going on type of thing. But it's two companies, from what I can gather. One's said something or done something and the other one's retaliated. And one company has put a video up explaining their actions. It's a Vaper Expo. It's for grown-ups. It's for the vape community to all come together and buy stuff and chill out, have a chit-chat, this, that, and everything else. And then you get these thugs. I'm going to call them thugs, I don't care. These thugs that have basically just gone from an expo up here, and with what they've just done is just brought it back down here. With just that little bit that went on, they've just basically lowered the bar. And I was stood next to 3-4 people, 2 females and their partners, and as they said, their first expo, and they walk around the corner and see that. It's not setting a good example at all. Now, I'm not going to name drop the two companies. If you are careful enough and you pause the video, you can see on the white t-shirts one name, and you can see on the black t-shirt of one dude the name of the other company. And I think when you've got two companies like that are acting so thuggish with no respect for others, they could have took that into the car park, they could have took that on Twitter, Facebook, whatever. They didn't have to go on a full-on brawl, smash things up, bottles of juice going flying, this, that, and everything else, because that just literally, in my opinion, made it a bit more clicky. It was going alright, that just made it clicky. So I think there's a bit of disrespect there. Not only as two companies fighting against each other or making a scene like you saw, but having disrespect for vapors in general. That shouldn't have happened in front of people. Shouldn't have happened at all, but it definitely shouldn't have happened at Vaper Expo. Now, I will go on record and say I will try and keep this honest as possible. I think that's something the organisers need to look at for future. Personally, if it was me, I wouldn't let them turn up for the next exhibition and have their own booth there, personally. they've done it once. I'm not saying who's at fault because it's a 50-50 thing. They're both involved. They're both at fault, and I think it's just disrespectful for especially reviewers that could have been walking around vaping with Vic, Empire Vape Co, MBK for instance, MF Vapes. If they were all there on the Sunday, now obviously some of them were, some of them wasn't, but if they're there and they've got the camera out, I'm only a little channel, but can you imagine what damage them channels, as I said, Vic, Chris, channels that have got thousands and thousands and thousands of subscribers. Can you imagine what damage that would have done to them two companies if they've actually got it on video and they actually put it into their vlog about Expo and stuff like that? It just says it all. Vapers in general, or the vape community in general at the moment, not just here in the UK, mainly obviously in the US at the moment, but as a whole, the vape community are having it a bit tough at the moment with obviously the laws and stuff like that around the world. For behaviour like this, it just screams volumes. We don't want it. We don't need it. The organisers need to have a conversation with the people. Now, as I said, one company that's involved in the fight has put an apology video up or explained the situation. I've seen the video. I was there when it happened. I'm not going to say it's full of lies, but it's full of lies. There you go. But yeah, the Vaper Expo need to tone that down a little bit. While they're toning that down, they need to have a word with a few more vendors with the flyers and ramming it in your face and stuff like that. The music level needs to be turned down. The chill out area being next to the stage, they can move that to the other end of the hall. It's been a lot easier for subscribers to meet their reviewers that they're meant to see, have a selfie, have a conversation with, do something else instead of shouting over the main stage when they're doing the giveaways. Some of the stands were pretty busy when I went over to have a look at them on the Saturday and Sunday. Endless Mods. I did say to Paul on one of his live streams on Facebook 2 weeks ago, a week ago, I'll be going to Expo. I'll drop by, say hi. Not after free shit, just saying hi, obviously. And every time I went there, Paul was either busy with a customer or customers, or he wasn't on the booth. So, toilet break, drink break, whatever. So it shows how busy their booth was. And their booth was actually, or stand if you like, was actually a decent stand. Long, really was long, but a great stand. But there was a few places. Now, Innikin, I stopped by Innikin, had a good conversation with them, and the music level was a bit loud, and the Chinese lady did say, let's go around the back and talk around the back so we could actually understand. It wasn't a case of the communication barrier being English, Chinese. It was a case of we couldn't hear because of the music. But some of the stands were great. Some of the stands were, yeah. Some of the stands were just relying on sexual attraction by their dolly birds. But yeah, all in all, it was a great weekend. It was nice to have a weekend away and chilling with likewise people that are into the same thing. The highlight for me was having the two people come up to me and thank me for helping the female, which I said forgot her name, get off the cigarettes. Finally meeting Solome. I've seen Solome 2-3 times at Expos, and there's always been something that's gone on where we haven't actually crossed actual paths. This one we did. Little Bro Vapes, literally as I was about half an hour before I was leaving, we crossed paths. Obviously we crossed paths in the chill out area, but then I announced myself. It was quieter, so there weren't many people around this anything else. And I approached him and said who I was, and again, Little Bro thanked me for what I do for him on Twitter, and which is basically just promoting or retweeting, if you like. Quite a few people have said it's promoting, just retweeting his links to when he's put a video up, and if he's going live, this, that, and that. Same as Solo. I do it for all the reviewers type of thing. If they're going live, I'll retweet their link and stuff like that. That's just me. Like on Twitter, you'll see me retweet competitions and stuff. That's not for me to enter. That's for me to help other vapors out to make them aware there is a competition here. Go and enter it, have a laugh. If you don't win, you don't win. If you win, it's a bonus for you. So when I've been called out in the past, whatever, that's my explanation to that. I don't enter these competitions. I'll tag people in it that, if you like, Vape Fam, as it's hashtagged on Twitter, I'll tag them in it, and if they choose to enter, they choose to enter. If they don't, they don't. But if they win, it's a bonus for them. If they don't, then they haven't lost anything, have they? So I'm all about helping vapors and people get off the cigarettes. I'm not here for the free shit. Obviously, if companies want to send me stuff to review, that's a bonus, but I'll buy majority of my stuff anyway. So I'm here for helping people. That's why you will see a bit of content and a bit of a break, more content, a bit of a break, because it's affording it to review. And I know that sounds a bit weird, but I'm not one of these people that can afford to go out and buy. For argument's sake, I've got the Smock Infinix pod system coming up for review. So say for instance I went and brought that, and obviously I've already reviewed the Revenger mod, but I'm not being funny, there's a good, say 25 quid, I don't know because I haven't looked at the price, 25 quid, say 50 quid, there's 75 quid, plus juices on top of that, you close 100 quid. I can't afford to go out and buy stuff for 100 quid every month, or if I want to go out and buy a G-Class for 200 quid, that's one thing, do you know what I mean? So, as I said, I am only small, and I'm not after free shit. But if companies want to send me stuff in, that's a bonus. And I think that's the best thing about Expo as well. You get to go around trying these juices, and you can talk to some of the vendors, and not say that you're a reviewer or anything like that, but you start telling them information, like, oh, this juice tastes like this, and this, and then they ask, oh, are you a reviewer? I'm not saying do it, this is what happens to me. They ask if I'm a reviewer, and yeah, I'm a reviewer, I'm here to buy stuff, but this is my business card with all my social media links, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, blah 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 blah. Obviously, if you want to help the channel out, go through these contacts. I'm not here to discuss it at Expo type of thing, but that's my personal opinion and that's my personal approach. I do everything through companies through email. I won't go to an Expo and ask for free shit. I don't think that's fair. I don't think people should do that, and I don't think people should expect free shit. But yeah. Highlights, I've already said the highlights. Lowlights, I've already said the lowlights. The one in May, that's coming up. I'm in two minds whether to attend. I want to attend. I want to obviously see other reviewers. Hopefully a few more subscribers now. But general, just chill out with reviewers and stuff. But I don't know. All depends on the situation come May. Is the first weekend of May, so if you haven't booked your tickets, book your tickets now, book your hotel, get that sorted if you want to go. As it stands at the moment, I'm 90% sure I will be attending. It's just that over 10%. Obviously, real life comes into play quite a bit, so I'm not going to say I'm 100% guaranteed I'm going. But yeah. The main thing about this year's Vaper Expo return, I think all in all it was a good weekend. Apart from the 2-3 things that I've said, the music, the fight and the leaflets, but everything else was great. Oh, no it wasn't. Stop by How Vape. To be fair, I only wanted to stop by to say hi to Mike Vapes. But the Rebirth, his new RDA, was out of stock within 45 minutes apparently. So what I was being told from people at Hellvape, they'd sold out in 45 minutes. So I was a bit like, whoa, obviously it's a good RDA, this, that, everything else. And that was on the Saturday. So I don't know if they had more on the Sunday. I did go past, didn't see any in the glass cabinet. Went to Watofo to have a look at some of their stuff. And obviously stood in the queue. It's quite busy. Blake asked how much I think it's the Warrior RDA. He asked how much that was. Got given a price. Female must have been what, 5-6 feet away to his right. She asked for the same idea. And they give her £10 cheaper price. I don't know how that works, but the pricing was a bit all over the place. I think there's only 3-4-ish vendors and they actually kept their price to where it was, type of thing. Nova Vape, Evolution, stand right at the top on the right hand side. I totally forgot their name. And AVB Liquids, their prices were the same. I think Endless Mods and AF combined together, I think they were the same price as well. So for the whole weekend, whereas quite a few vendors were up and down in price. So take that as you will. But yeah, all in all, it was a good weekend. I just want to say a big thanks to Empire Vape Co, TVP, MBK Reviews, Solome, MF Vapes, AVC, Mama Vapes, the whole of the review scene for being so welcoming and easy going to talk to, this, that, everything else, and just to spend time with them. It was like a family away from a family, if that makes sense. It was nice to be around them type of people. TVP especially, for constantly calling me one of them. But you know, it's a bit of banter. You know, if you can't take banter, fuck off, type of thing. And that's my opinion on that. I know what Mark's like. Obviously, I've watched a few of his reviews and his live stuff, so I know what he's like. Bit of banter doesn't go amiss. But yeah, all in all, it's been a great weekend. Thanks to the ladies as well that are the Vaper widows, if you like, that were there. Lisa, Lena Cookie, Becca, the rest of them. Again, great people to talk to or just be in the same conversation with, type of thing. But all in all, it was literally like a family away from a family. But yeah, if you like what you're seeing, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't liked what you're seeing, give it a thumbs down. If you want to see more reviews that are coming up, there are a fair few coming up. Give me a subscribe or don't, totally up to you. But yeah, I've been T.B.D. Until the next one.